Welcome back to Warzone Morloc. Bill Morloc here. It's been a little minute since we put any videos out, but we've been busy. Yes, hello everyone, welcome back to Warzone Morloc 30k and 40k. As you may have guessed, we're going to be leaning towards Horus Heresy and 40k going forwards. And I've been working on a few armies in my year off for personal reasons, but I have been working hard on my modelling, which has been one of the things that's got me through the last year. In particular, I've been working on a militia list alongside Questoris Knights, or Knight Questoris. As you can see in the image above, this is the Leviathan Super Heavy rig from a game called Of Oil and Iron. It's a dystopian future or industrial based war game where big rigs fight for resources, but it also transfers nicely to the sort of look I was going for, in that they are sort of a perhaps pre-unification style night house where it's crewed by a dozen or so random guardsmen with levers, knobs and pulleys. Steady on, girls. And this particular one was printed for me by brother Luca, who's part of our group, who we've not met yet, but he's the guy that's printed this for me. We did upscale it quite a bit to try and match the bulk of the knights that we want for 40k and Heresy. Also, it's on a March of War base to give it a little bit of extra height. Painting wise, I've tried to keep it quite Spartan and functional. I've used sort of bulk numbers and transfers rather than Roman numerals to try and show that they're not particularly revered. They are the last sort of big robots in an old factory that they've managed to scrape together and get fighting during the war for unification, or part of the Great Crusade resistance armies on various planets. In the upcoming battle report that'll be out next week, this guy stomps a mud hole through some Iron Warriors. Make sure you check it out. Next up is these guys, which I found on Etsy, which are kind of Sentinel stroke Helverin model. So I've modelled these as Helverins with the dual autocannon loadout and melter gun on the top. The base size is correct for a Helverin, and I've bulked up the height of them a little bit to try and match the Helverin scale with some resin bases there. But again, it's the Spartan look. It's all exposed mechanics, Spartan paint scheme, very sort of militaristic. I dare say modern, without being too gothic. So it's like before the Imperium has come to town and made everything grim dark. I also added a splash of the airbrushed blue to give it some characteristic, because it was quite bland, but certainly not part of the original paint scheme. It's the lighting effects that really break up the dullness of the colours. And I'll be doing probably more glowing effects and lights on the larger Titans and Knights as this army goes forward. Now some glam shots of the big boy in the ruins. You can kind of see some of the militia in the background there, which I'll be showing in a later video. But I absolutely love this model. Check it out, Of Oil and Iron. You can buy the STLs online, check out their website. But for me, these are the perfect proto-knights, as I'm sort of calling them, to replicate those dark twisted machines that came before the nobility of the knight houses. These were just war machines that were functional, crewed by a bunch of militia idiot dudes who just stomped forward and put some rounds down. Absolutely love them. Thanks for sticking with us if you're still a subscriber. If not, join us up, because we're going to be putting loads of content out. See you soon.